Welcome back to Tranquil Talks with Chris, a podcast for introverted leaders who want to communicate with clarity, lead with calm, and protect their energy and well-being while doing it. Hey there, I'm Chris, your host and fellow introvert, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Before we dive into the episode itself, I wanted to acknowledge that my voice likely still sounds quite congested. I've had a bad cold for the last, 7 days, 8 days. Quite frankly, I've lost count, and I haven't yet shaken this silly congestion. Anyways, I'm recording this audio episode on September the 6th, and where I live in Canada, that means the kiddies have had their first week back at school. And for me, that means that fall is officially here. Yeah, I know, it's still technically summer for the next couple of weeks, but I've already got my autumn wreath hanging on the front door, and very soon, i.e., probably within the next couple of hours, there will be pumpkins upon pumpkins decorated around the entire house. If you can't already tell, fall is my all-time favorite season. It's the time of year I feel most energized and quite honestly treat it like a new year even more than January 1st, truth be told. But many of my clients aren't feeling as energized this time of year. Instead of feeling that fresh start energy, they're feeling dread. And I'm going to take a guess that you might be feeling that sense of dread too, because it's preparation season for year-end performance management. And let's be honest about what performance management has become in most organizations. It's this annual ritual that everyone, and I do mean everyone, dreads. Leaders dread giving feedback, team members dread receiving it, and HR dreads managing the whole darn process. Why? Because we've turned what should be ongoing conversations about growth and support into these formal, and let's be frank, what often feel like punitive events that happen just once, maybe twice a year. And for introverted leaders, this season can feel even more challenging. As introverts, we're often more comfortable or most comfortable with one-on-one conversations, but we also need time to process and reflect before sharing feedback. And yes, of course, performance management bakes in prep time ahead of the actual review, but the review itself still has a lot of on-the-spot or in-the-moment moments or expectations. And of course, it's not just challenging for leaders. For introverted team members, reviews can also be very, gross. We'll leave it as gross. Being put on the spot, feeling like you have to self-advocate quickly, having to respond to feedback immediately. None of that plays to our natural strengths. But what if I told you that this year could be different? Instead of dreading performance management season, what if we could transform it finally into something that actually energizes everyone? I promise you, dear listeners, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid and I don't have rose-colored glasses on. It is possible to move performance management from being the most dreaded process to one filled with good energy, recognition, ease, and a positive path forward for both leader and team members. The key is all in shifting from old patterns that I know we're all doing, or most of us are still doing, to new approaches. And for you today, I've got 3 very simple, doable shifts that will make all the difference. Okay, here we go. Shift number 1, going from feedback to feed forward. You may be listening to this going, okay, Chris, we're just playing semantics. Call it feedback, call it feed forward. I don't care what you call it. At the end of the day, we have to share important information to our team member. Yep, you got it. Absolutely, you do. And instead of spending most of your time analyzing what went wrong in the past, let's focus on what's possible moving forward. And therein lies the shift. It's not just semantics. It is a mindset shift for yourself and for your team. Going from feedback to feed forward does make a difference. Now, of course, this doesn't mean we ignore areas for improvement. The difference is all about the fact that we are framing these areas in terms of growth and future potential. Again, it's not about fixating on the past alone. It's really honoring and embracing the present through the future. So to give you a practical example of what that looks like, instead of saying in a review, you struggled with meeting deadlines this quarter or these last couple of quarters, try instead saying, what support do you need to feel more confident about your project timelines going forward? Here are another couple of other questions that you can ask in a review as well. What support do you need to thrive in the coming months? And this other question, where do you see your biggest opportunities for growth? All right, that was shift number 1, going from feedback to feed forward. Shift number 2, moving performance reviews from annual events to ongoing conversations. Look, over my 30 years in corporate HR, and now these last 5 years as a solopreneur, coach, and mentor for leaders, I know that you intellectually know and understand the importance of holding regular performance conversations. This shift, this ain't new for you, right? But other things keep getting in the way. Priorities upon priorities, and quite frankly, shifting priorities at that constantly, being pulled in every direction. The constant day-to-day fires you're putting out. So this second shift, moving reviews from annual to ongoing conversations, simply serves as a loving reminder and regrounding for you that the best performance conversations do not happen just once or twice a year. Because when they do happen just once or twice a year, you are losing the richness of recognition in the moment. You're losing the richness of helping to guide and mentor your team when things are going off track. And most importantly, of helping your team members feel seen, heard, and valued. So again, loving reminder, loving regrounding that the best performance conversations happen regularly, organically, and as part of your ongoing leadership rhythm. So I encourage you to keep creating intentional space in your calendar to ensure that these are happening regularly. I would recommend you reshaping your weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly one-on-ones, however often that cadence is for you and your team, to serve as coaching conversations that include exploration of performance. As a side note, I'll have upcoming episodes dedicated on how to become more coach-like as a leader, how to actually hold and live these conversations as coaching conversations. I'm also building some resources on these too, so stay tuned for more on that. But for now, again, a reminder to please reshape your one-on-ones to embed performance conversations into them. Okay, last third shift, move from leader-led to collaborative. So many leaders I've worked with feel like they have to lead the performance process entirely. No, not so. Invite and encourage your team members to be an active part. Have them self-assess first and come into the performance review, into any performance conversation, prepared to share their own reflections on wins, challenges, and what they need from you as their leader. It takes the pressure off of you. You don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to lead the entire process. Again, I'm not naive. I recognize that more and more teams are using self-assessments. This is nothing new, but so many still aren't. And having performance management be collaborative is where productive and meaningful conversations begin. So as a quick recap, the 3 shifts, the 3 pattern breakers that we can make are moving from feedback to feed forward, moving from annual events to ongoing conversations, and lastly, moving from it being strictly leader-led to truly collaborative, inviting your team member in. Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with a couple of additional simple, practical tools that you can use right away. Each of these tools can be used, of course, as part of the review itself and can be used for your regular one-on-ones. Okay, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, definitely use them as part of your one-on-ones. Okay, the first tool is what I simply call the 3-question check-in. You literally ask these 3 questions at each check-in. Number 1, what's working well for you right now? Number 2, where do you feel stuck or need support? And number 3, what's one thing that would make your work more enjoyable? I'll repeat the 3-question check-in. Number 1, what's working well for you right now? Number 2, where do you feel stuck or need support? And number 3, what's one thing that would make your work more enjoyable? That's simple tool number 1. The second tool I want to leave you with, is a quick energy audit. Burnout remains very real for all of us, whether it's evident or not in those that we hold dear and in those that we lead. It is very real for all of us. And energy is a significant component of that. So, to help you stay very much in sync with each team member, ask them these 2 questions in your one-on-ones and in your reviews. Again, for the energy audit, these 2 questions are, number 1, what parts of your work energize you most? And number 2, what parts drain your energy? I'll repeat these also. For the quick energy audit, you're asking them these 2 questions. Number 1, what parts of your work energize you most? And secondly, what parts drain your energy? All right, we're getting to the end of this episode. I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts and one reflection question. Every conversation you have with a team member is an opportunity to build trust, provide clarity, and support their growth. As a leader, I promise you, you do not need to have all the answers. You just need to show up with genuine curiosity about the person sitting across from you, whether that's in person or virtually. And here's your reflection question for this week. What's one conversation you've been avoiding that might actually bring clarity and connection if you approached it with care? Thank you so much for joining me for this 3rd episode of Tranquil Talks with Chris. If this was helpful, I'd love for you to share it with another leader who might benefit from a kinder approach to performance management. Until next time, keep leading with intention and care. I hope you all have a great week. Cheers.